Well, wonderful, JD. Appreciate your sponsorship, your leadership, helping put together, moderating these, being. Really want to thank you for that. It's been a really great day, and it's largely because of you, sir.
My pleasure. What a wonderful day. Another fantastic American Future Series. I'm overwhelmed. I can't wait to continue sponsoring and participating. I've had such a fantastic time, talking to people like Harry and others. Harry, I was watching your firesides today. What a fantastic conversation you had. So, thanks for having me. I'm honored to be even considered to support this fantastic event and have the opportunity to speak with the brightest minds, some of the brightest minds on the planet.
Well, JD, I just thank you very much for your kind comments. I enjoyed every one of the interviews you did. Boy, you really put the hours in here today with all of the fantastic interviews and discussions you had. So we really thank you for your sponsorship and also for leading some fantastic discussions. And I would just say, this space innovation that we talked about today really laid a great foundation and building up also to our next event with America's Future Series here on November 10th, where, and there were discussions today that led into the national security perspectives of what we're going to be discussing on November 10th. And of course, then we're going to kind of expand the involvement. Today we talked an awful lot about, obviously focused on space, but also cyberspace got into it an awful lot. And we touched on some elements of air, but now we're going to really expand this next event into what America's Future Series calls the CLASS Symposium, or Cyber, Land, Air, Sea, and Space. So, we built a great foundation today of all kind of innovative ideas in space, but now we're going to launch into total involvement and implications of how all that contributes to national security. So I'm really looking forward to that exciting day of speakers also. So over to you, David and Scott.
Well, thank you. Well said. And JD and the TMG Corps are sponsors. They're gold sponsors of the November 10th National Security Summit. We have a stellar lineup, everyone from General S to former Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Admiral Mullen, to General Raymond, to former Secretary of the CIA and Secretary of Defense, Dr. Bob Gates. We have Lieutenant General Armano of the Space Force, just an outstanding group of people talking about national security broadly, sort of the geopolitical issues that we're facing, et cetera. But also specifically, a pretty heavy focus still on space, with our Space Force leadership, the head of the Space Force, General Raymond. So I want to thank you both for making all of this possible, being associated with it. Looking forward to you guys being part of that again. And again, another great day. Thank you both. We'll wish you a wonderful weekend. And I want to say thank you again and looking forward to seeing you again very soon.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Scott. Thanks, Harry.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. See you soon.
Travel
Bye-bye.
safe.
Okay.
So yeah, Harry did a brilliant job, of course, talking about the November 10th event. We have some more, and for anyone who would like to be involved in these events, don't bug Harry, call me. But Harry has nominated a bunch of the speakers that we've had over the years. We're always looking for speakers. We're looking for sponsors, of course. We would love to increase our diversity, right? And we're always looking for diversity folks to speak more. They're in great demand, and so we're always hitting them up to speak, et cetera. But if you know somebody that would be an interesting speaker, if you'd like to speak, if someone from your organization would, please contact me, David at americasfutureseries.com. And we have an entire slate of events planned for next year. We're going to do space again, et cetera. We'll probably have these a little shorter. I think people are getting zoomed out. They're a little long, that sort of stuff. But problem is somebody interesting says they want to come speak and I can't say no. I'm kind of like that, the musical Oklahoma. I'm just a guy you can't say no, right? Because they're also brilliant, right?
Right. Well, I think the fact that you talk about the Zooms and what we've all gotten used to this in the last couple of years as a result of the COVID and all the, just the whole idea of what we've had to endure the last couple of years. But I really think that people, maybe we could even spread them out a little more,
Yeah.
as a possibility.
We
In
will
other
be.
words, instead of going all days from 8 to 5 or 8 to 4 or whatever it might be, make them maybe just a morning or an afternoon session.
Yeah, this was
And,
9 to 4, but I
yeah,
had a
this was
problem.
nice.
I have an issue.
Well, I thought today was most fascinating. We're up here moderating this and sending it off to the moderators and those that are seen to do their thing over the fireside chats. But I just from the general right on down,
Yeah.
I just thought, I'm over here still listening to what they're saying, and I'm going, no kidding, no, it just had so much what I call wow factor.
Yeah, I
I
don't know if
had no
Harry is still
idea.
there, but Harry, if you're still there and you can come back on, I meant you to say one more thing. The National Cybersecurity Center is doing amazing work. And before we let you go, maybe you could talk about your next event, because you guys have always got one, some things that you're doing that the world needs to know about. I mean, you're on mute, or yes, sir, you're still on mute. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, thank you. We've got a lot of events going on. I think what we've got ongoing is something that we started at the beginning of this year, and we will conclude here in December. But cybersecurity education is just so important for our legislative bodies in every state and territory. So we were given a very generous support by Google to actually teach classes to all 50 state legislators and also 5 territories. And we've only got about 7 states left to do. We're going to be concluding that here in December. But when you think about it, and some of our speakers today touched on this, the importance of legislation and the people in Congress, and in the state legislators, the senators, the representatives, their senior staffs. A lot of times it's a revolving door of legislators. Some stay for years, but others come for a 2-year stay, a 4-year, whatever. And if they don't know about the seriousness and the threats and the current happenings of cyber and cyber attacks and events and ransomware, which is growing in intensity out there, then how can you expect them to write good legislation or to support proper funding? And so we have been teaching and educating and running panels and seminars with each one of the states. And it has been it's been fabulous. We have offered both where we will travel there and put together discussion groups amongst all those people, or we will do it through virtual media like this. And what has been so encouraging to me is that all the states have their governors, their lieutenant governors, their CIOs, their chief security officers, chief information security officers, all joining in on this powerful discussion. So lots of great points being made, and frankly, just a basic, what we call hygiene level understanding of cybersecurity can actually prevent about 75% of the successful attacks against various organizations, whether they be government or industry or individual. So thank you very much. That's one of the most important things that we're doing at our National Cybersecurity Center. And we're very proud of that. And we're planning to continue that series as we go forward also. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. You have a great evening. We'll let you go. Thank you so much for that and all the other great work you do.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
Okay, you too.
So 2 things. One, I have to thank Murray Media. People, if you want to put on an event like this, if you need a professional speaker, a moderator, a host, etc., with professional studios and capabilities to make everything seamless, Murray Media does this all day long. This is a group that you need to talk to. Okay.
Thank you.
So I hope you'll keep Murray Media in mind. And I'd like to call Scott the hardest working man in philanthropy. And because I think you're getting back up to the 400 or 500 events a year threshold.
Well,
I mean,
crazy as it
you were
might
at
sound.
700 in the past.
702 back in 2019, and then it kind of disappeared in 2020 and 2021 this
Yeah,
year.
I mean, you do two, 3, 4 a day, they can
Yeah.
add up, right?
They sure do. But looks like things, the pandemic might be, behind us, hopefully.
Yeah, well, you're
So,
going to be emceeing our honoring of General Dunford
right,
with the
right.
Magellan Award.
right.
People may not know that Maggie Magellan was our 103-year-old friend who passed away
Yeah.
last year. Most heavily decorated 82nd Airborne
Yeah,
officer and
incredible man.
incredible man, and did a number of amazing things after he left
Yep.
the military, right? So that's what that award is about, someone who served and continued to serve. And
Yep.
we've honored General Petraeus, and we've honored Roger Staubach and all these other
Yep.
great folks, et cetera, who
Absolutely.
both served and did a lot of philanthropic things. And that'll be at the Bush Center. And we'll have Ken Hirsch, who runs the Bush Center there.
Yep.
And we're hoping to have President Bush.
Absolutely.
That's still, fingers crossed.
George W. Yep.
George W.
Yep.
Along with General Mattis. And General Petraeus will, and those folks will present this award to General Dunford for his distinguished service in uniform and what he continues to do.
Yeah.
They have a wonderful charity that he's the chair of, and so we'll be able to showcase that nonprofit.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
It really is. And so let me say to you, for those that might have just joined us, if you missed the beginning of our program today, bright and early at about 8 o'clock Central Time, this is the gentleman responsible for all that is going on over the last decade plus. America's Future Series today was the Space Innovation Summit, but David Hamilton is the one that had the vision and became the creator of the America's Future Series 11 years ago. It's hard to believe, but it's an incredible legacy in that decade plus. So it continues to get bigger and better, and I think more. I don't want to say certainly philanthropic with some of the things that you do and the monies that you've raised for such great causes, but just the fact that it has so much substance to it. When things like this first start, everybody goes, "Oh, gee, that's kind of neat. Oh, gee, I didn't know that. Oh, gee, I had that person up." But now, as you could hear the general say, everybody's so excited about coming back and being a part of this. And I think that really speaks volumes when you see people like that say, "We'll be back." And I was very proud to be a part of this afternoon and what this program is. That it doesn't get much better than that.
I appreciate that.
So
And
congratulations.
I think it's because of content. Like you say, content is
Yeah.
king. People want to be
Oh,
informed.
absolutely.
They want to be engaged. They want to understand things. They want to learn.
Yeah.
To simply, we put a lot of charities, nonprofits in front of
Mhm.
worthy, these worthy causes in front of people who have written a lot of checks, over $6.5 million worth of
Yeah,
donations.
that's
that
an
have
that's an
been
incredible legacy in itself right
people.
there.
But if you just go up to them and say, "Hey, this is a great cause, give,"
Mhm.
right? People need to be engaged. They need
Mhm.
to understand. They have to get to know people. They have to be vetted. There's a lot of great charities you could give your money to, right?
Mhm.
And
Absolutely.
how do you know which are the good ones who are, et cetera? So, we work in particular with the Dixon Center. You guys need to know the Donnie Dixon Center about vetting charities and things like that. But
Mhm.
we're looking for people to join us. We're very inclusive. We're looking for people to speak, to organize, to invite others, to be an ambassador,
Mhm.
et cetera. To talk, basically, all we do is, like we said, we get smarter people than us to talk about important things. We just give them a stage, and we would love to give you a stage if you're interested in being part of the America's Future Series.
It don't get much better than that. It really doesn't. So again, congratulations. Well
Thank you.
done.
Thank
Well
you.
done. And certainly thanks to all of you. It's that time of the day that we're going to wrap things up, America's Future Series. But again, as David mentioned just a moment ago, Wednesday, November 10th. That'll wrap it up for what we've done this year here in 2021. And General Petraeus, right on down. It's like rock stars personified. It's going to be something special. So
Great
you
people.
do not want to miss that.
Amen. Live from Dallas. Thank you so much.
Stay strong. Stay well. Have a great day, everybody.